Hi, Matt with etrailer. If you have a 2024 Ram 1500 and you need a little bit more traction for those moderate snow and ice conditions and you're looking for something that's really easy to take on and off your tires, then the Konig Self-Tension tire chains are going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. These chains are going to fit our tire size 265, 70, or 17. Now they will fit a variety of other sizes. That's just the tire size we have today. Now we're also going to have this on our rear axle is what the manual recommends. Now if you're concerned if this is going to fit your vehicle, you could actually put in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find what's going to be the right one for you. So let's check it out. Now we can take a closer look at the specs of these chains. So starting with the links themselves, these are going to be some square links that are made from a manganese nickel alloy. So that what that means is they're going to be very durable and they're going to be weather resistant, so they're going to last you a long time. Now it's going to have this square design to them, so that's going to give you that extra bite for those deeper areas of ice. Something else that's going to help with that is if we look over here at this point at our chains, we got these thicker plates here. That's going to be for those really thick areas of ice. So you'll have a little bit of additional traction compared to some other type of chains. And with these two pieces here, this actually makes these chains into a diamond pattern chain. And what's nice about that is we're getting more coverage on our tires, which in turn is giving us more traction. And these are also going to be Class S chains. So Class S chains are really nice for a vehicle today because we really don't have too much clearance back here. So you're going to want something that's very low profile to your tires. Now we can take a closer look at the self-tensioning device, and this is actually one of my preferred self-tensioning devices because it's a really simple system, and where a self-tensioner really comes in hand is when you're driving down the road, what happens a lot of times is your chains are going to shift, and usually once they shift, they loosen up. So if you don't have a tire chain that has a self-tensioner or assisted tensioner on it, a lot of times they can loosen up and they can cause damage to your suspension or anything behind your tire that it makes contact with. Now, what's really nice about this though is how this works is we're going to have this cord that reaches around, applies tension here, and this is pulling the slack out from the rest of the chain. And then we're connecting to this hook here. This is connected to this thicker cord that's coming from this self-tensioner right here. This self-tensioner is constantly applying pressure to your chains, so even if your chains do shift and they loosen up, this is going to pull that slack right out. As you can see, we have plenty of room to work with. And that's what really puts it above any of the assisted tensioning tire chains. Because really assisted tensioner tire chains usually have a rubber tensioner that's about yay big, and they'll stretch out to about maybe that far, but after that they don't got much more room to work with. And these chains are going to come in a set of two in this pretty flat case. Now what I like about this case is it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, so it's perfect just to put under your rear passenger seats. And the one thing I wish this did have is just some sort of divider to keep our chains separated. Because what can happen is sometimes they can get tangled together, but really that's just a small thing to consider. Now in my opinion, I think these are a great set of chains if you're looking for something that's a little bit more premium, easy to work with, and something that you know it's going to be trusted and it's going to get you from point A to point B. Now there's plenty of other options out there, but this one is one of my favorite tensioning devices as far as tightening things go. Now if you're looking for something that's going to be really easy, that you actually don't have to kneel down on the ground at all, then the Konig Easy Fit tire chains are going to be a great option for you. Because those are some tire chains you can actually stand up. You can tighten them down with your foot, put them around your tire, and then you're ready to go. But if you really don't mind just kneeling down just a bit, because we don't have to get underneath our vehicle, so these chains are really easy to get on. They really show you what I mean. We can show you what that install looks like now. To start off the installation, I like to lay out my chains, grab some gloves to make this a bit easier. Then I also like to make sure that we check everything over. So what I'm looking for is to make sure there's no damages to my links, nothing's tangled up, and everything's in the right orientation. So we want to make sure that these hooks right here are facing down, so they're away from our tire. And we have this blue cord closest to the tire. Then in the center, we want to make sure nothing's connected yet. Once you've done that, then we can start putting this on. The way I like to do this is just kind of push everything to the relative sides and then just slide it behind your tire. Now if you're in a location where you can't really slide it, you might just have to chuck it back there. And then once it's behind here, we're just going to pull it through and make sure we have access to everything. That nothing's tangled up and it looks good. Now I'm just going to grab either side of the back, make a connection behind our tire at the top. And that's just going to be this middle block going into that channel, just like that. Then we're going to maintain control and drape the rest over. Once you're here, then we're just going to make sure nothing's tangled up. The way we make this connection is we're going to grab this red link that's going to connect to this red hook. You might have to shimmy things a bit to get it to line up. And now I'm thinking this is a little bit low, so I'm just going to adjust that some just by pulling on either side. So it's a little bit level, the same location on both. Then I'm going to come down to the bottom, make sure I have access to everything. And really all this is going to be is us grabbing this gray cable with the red eyelet, pushing it through this red channel with that silver lever. All you have to do is pull on it to release it. Then you're going to really pull some tension on this to make sure it's tight. Once you're there, then we're going to come up to our self-tensioner, grab that hook, pull down on it, and make this connection. And what I have to do is just come back through, pull on our chains a bit to make sure we don't have any slack anywhere, and we can tighten this up a bit. Once this feels pretty good, then I'm going to repeat this process on the other side. Afterwards, I'm going to back up or pull forward some just to make sure everything feels good. And if it does, I can take it out for a ride. But that's just a look at the installation and some of the features of the Konig Self-Tensioning Tire Chains on our 2024 Ram 1500. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.